Hi, this is JP Bosman, and this screencast is about how to create a Google form. The steps we are going to follow is quite simple. First, signing into Google Docs, then creating the form, testing the form, editing the form, and how to retrieve the data. So let's get going. The first step then, signing in to Google Docs. Opening up a web browser like Firefox, which is a very nice one by the way, you can go to docs.google.com without www. And if you have a Google account, you can just sign into Google and come to this place that says Google Docs. This is a wonderful piece of technology for collaborative working, etc. What we do is basically click on Create New, and then we say Create New Form. And we are immediately taken to a very user-friendly WYSIWYG type of form creator, where one can first of all give a title, Vespa's rule, please complete this survey, or whatever you want to call it, and then basically you start by making your questions. Now you can see that you can add items. These are the questions or the different parts of a survey, for example, basically the data fields that you want to include, and you get text inputs, paragraph inputs, multiple choice, checkboxes, choosing from a list, even a scale and a grid. There's also section headers that you can put in to make it easier for users to use, and also a page break. For this purposes, I'm just going to do one or two questions that you can get the idea. So sample question 1 is a normal text input. So say, what type of motorcycle do you like the best? And really here it's the question type is the text one, and users can basically just type in their answer there. It's a short answer. It's sort of an open-ended question. One can make your questions required, so nobody can advance without doing this question, but many times we'll just keep it open, and I say done. Right, and all of a sudden we have our first question. Then we have sample question 2. Now just to show you how easy it is to edit a question, the question is there, we just click on the little pencil, and we are in edit mode. And then we say Vespa's rule question. Which motorcycle do you love the most? And in this case we're going to make a quick multiple choice question, with option 1 being Vespa. We just click for option 2 Honda, and option 3 maybe Kawasaki, or however that's spelled. And if we finish with that question, we click on done. And in this way we just basically go on to add different kinds of questions like text boxes, choosing from a list, scale, etc. This is very, very easy. So actually my form is already done, and we can click on the save button just to save while we are going about it. And actually immediately this form is available at the bottom here. It says you can view this published form here by clicking on this long link. So I'm just going to click on that you can see. It opens up a new tab, and we indeed are taken directly to the live form. Which type of motorcycle do you love best? Vespa. Vespa's rule, which motorcycle do you love the most? Vespa. And the user submits. And this works on a mobile phone, etc. We can go back to the form here, and it can get filled in over and over and over. I just want to go back to our little PowerPoint to say that we've now signed into Google Docs. I've shown you how to create the form, and also we've tested the live form. What is the next step? Is basically editing the form again. But before that, I'll just quickly add a theme. As you can see, we are now back at our form. We've now decided it's finished, and we can also just change the theme to make it look nice. At the moment we have a plain theme, and then there are beautiful other themes that one can choose from. And you can basically just choose the theme that tickles your fancy. Let's just choose that one, the Synergize one, and I can see how it will look, and I can apply. And all of a sudden our theme is now Spices, and if we go to the live form now, you will see it actually looks quite nice, and it changes it directly. It's so easy, it's so user friendly, And that's how one do it. Now when one is here, one can immediately see the responses by summary or by spreadsheet. Just want to show you quickly, because I filled in the form now, you can see some of the responses. It immediately draws graphs, and it shows the inputs in the text field, and this is just absolutely brilliant. Now let's see the fourth step was editing the form again. Now let's say you've now set up the form and it's the next day and you want to go and have a look at it again. What happens? Right, so I'll just close this thing. So as previously, you log into docs.google.com, you come to Google Docs, and basically you find your form there. It has now become a file, which is actually a spreadsheet. If I click on that, you are taken to the background, almost a database that's now been formed in a spreadsheet kind of way. And you will see that those entries I made, those choices I made on the live form is now available here. If one wants to edit the form again, you can go to form and edit it again. In other words, to basically to create more questions. You can go to the live form. You can also embed this form in a web page, or you can come here and see the summary of responses, which is basically the same that we saw just now. There you go, the same responses. So that's how one gets a quick overview of the data. One could also download this spreadsheet as an Excel file by going to File, Download As, and you just choose Excel. And it basically creates an Excel file that one can use for your data, take it over to SPSS, etc. There we are now in Excel. So we now see that we edited the form again and we could retrieve the data. And yeah, so just the final recap. It's actually very, very easy. I don't actually know what to add more, except that remember to come to Google Docs, you create a new form, you can edit the form again just by going to Form, Edit the Form, and we are back where we started. You can change the theme, you can see the responses. You can also get that URL that you actually must save and give to people to go and complete. You can put that in an email or whatever. And yeah, I think that is that of how to create a. So from JP Bosman, I thank you for watching the short presentation.